I'm reading Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. The Lord regretted that he had made humankind on the earth, and he was highly offended. That word regret, it's something I want to draw your attention to. And God, the Bible is talking about how God feels here. One of the things that I used to hold on to is that all things work together for good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. But I used to erroneously think that means you don't have to regret anything. But no, we see God here who is the Lord of all, who controls everything, but it still regrets. You can still regret something even though there's some advantages to it. At this time, there was God's will to, God's plan, God's purpose, God's will to create man. God set it in motion, but things didn't work out the way he wanted, and he regrets making man because of what has happened afterwards, because of the effect. You can regret things. That's what I'm trying to say. You can allow that emotion of regret. It's a valid emotion. You can say, I regret it. You can say, I regret it. And that you regret it, but own up to that emotion. Own it or own up to it. That's part of humility. Even God regrets something. And this is God. If you want to say God is working out everything according to the counsel of his will, you will be 1000% correct. But even in that, it regrets something. Don't stifle your emotion. Don't have a false spirituality here. That's what I'm saying. God is the most spiritual one because God is spirit and God regrets. And don't let anyone tell you that this passage should not be interpreted the way it's written. Let's not play that childish game. God regrets making man and was offended. You can't be offended. It was highly offended. I'm sort of, maybe I'm talking to myself now. I'm talking to myself because I used to think, okay, all things work together for the good for those who love God. So all things, I must not regret anything. No, you can regret certain action that you've taken. And you can regret even meeting some people, ever meeting them. You can regret it. You can regret that relationship and what it led to. You can regret it. Just regret it. God can do something about his regrets. He can say, I'm going to snap a finger, I'm going to flood everywhere, but that's not you. You are not God. You can't, you can, you can step back. You can move away from that thing that is causing pain and causing hurt. But of course, you can't say you want to wipe people out because you are not God. But God can do that. But there's a lesson we can learn here. The lesson is own up to that feeling. How old are you now? It's okay to have some things in your life that you regret. It's okay. Don't let anybody, don't let whatever anybody convince you otherwise. It's okay for you to have some regrets. You could regret putting your money in that investment. You could regret it. Don't over spiritualize it. Okay, I thank God because I learned some lessons. Yes, you can thank God you've learned some lessons and still regret it. I thank God because God made man, we have the revelation of Jesus Christ now. God still has his purpose and will to accomplish on the earth through man, but he can still regret it. He can still regret making man. Both can exist in the same person. You can still regret it. So let's not. I'm speaking to help us wind down excessive over spiritualization of things that begins to make us even more spiritual than God. That say I cannot regret. No, you can regret it. I can regret meeting that person. I can regret saying those words. That means I can say sorry. You know, I can easily, oh, I'm sorry, even though whatever I said accomplished something, but I can still regret the tone in which with which I said it, and I can now go back and say I'm sorry for the tone in which I said it. Can you see how even embracing the concept of being able to regret things is good for your spiritual life? It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for you to, you own up to the fact that it didn't work out the way you thought it was going to work out. You can regret it. You can regret meeting that person. You can regret your time that you've invested in God invested his time and in spirit and in man, and see how man turned out. It was highly offended. You can allow those emotions. These are valid emotions you should allow to exist within you and not try to suppress them. See you tomorrow. God bless you.